kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, so no.
What is up, people? Showing up the king here, back with another review, and today I'm bringing you my review for the Proplica Nichirin sword of Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. This just came fresh and off the press delivery from BBTS. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys a proper review because this was a sword that caused a lot of excitement and also caused a lot of controversy. So we're going to get into it, talk about the good, talk about the bad, and then we're going to give an overall, I'm going to give an overall impression of what I think about this beautiful sword. Now it is taking up the entire display, so I might have certain points where I go into handheld mode for the close-ups, but for right now, you guys can see everything in its glory. So let's talk about what I like, what I do not like about this sword. So again, this is from the cult hit, one of the best animes from 2020, Demon Slayer. This is one of the many swords from Tanjiro. I believe this is his first Nichirin sword that he got, and he does get another one later on. Spoiler alert. But what do I think about this sword? So I actually like it. There are some things about it that I like, and there's some things about it that I definitely don't like. One thing is actually just mind-numbing, and it's just really, really annoying. But first thing I want to talk about is the box. So one thing that I am a sucker for is premium box displays. Like if you guys watch my Megatron or my Optimus Prime Flame Toys review. Flame Toys always gives you premium boxes with the window display. They always go the extra mile, and I definitely want to give Proplica props on this box itself because again, you can see the artwork looks beautiful. Even the photos they took of the actual sword looks great. The official artwork from Tanjiro on the side, and again, even on the top, you can kind of see it. And again, I'll go into detail later on when I go into handheld mode. But I definitely want to give them props because the way that the box looks, it looks like a premium item, and it looks like something that you could display in its box and would be completely fine with it. So I definitely give them high praise on that. I actually also do like the stands. Now again, they are pretty plain, and again, they're just straight plastic, and it just comes into 4 pieces. You just snap them on the bottom, and then boom, you stand it up, and then you put the sword into it on this display. I love in talking about the actual sword, I love the jet black. It looks really good. I love the guard. I love the handle. Again, they did a pretty good job with hiding the buttons because the reason that this is a premium figure, the main reason why I think this sword costs so much, and again, this is like an $80 sword. Okay, so for this to be an $80 sword, you're gonna try to figure out what does the features that it have, the cost for that cost. And one of the main reasons why is because it comes with over 20 accurate voice features from the actual show. You can do the 10 breathing styles. You can do actual voice commands from Tanjiro. It's actually a pretty cool feature. It's probably one of the coolest features. But enough of that. Let's get up and get it closer. All right, guys, we're back here. Wanted to get a close-up of the sword. So here you go. I'm going to do a slow pan so you guys can get a really good look at the sword. And you can see the jet black features of the blade itself. Looks really good. And of course, this is a false plastic blade, so it does not cut at all. You can rub your hand completely across it. It is plastic. So and again, it's actually pretty light too. So it's not a heavy sword. Let's get a look at that. It does show a little bit of fingerprints. Now again, they did a good job painting it, so there are no complaints there. And the point is it's a little sharp, but it's nothing that will puncture. So again, get a close-up. The hilt. And again, you can kind of see here some of the fine details. You can kind of see there's the first button. I believe this is button B. And this is button A on the bottom. All right, then I'll put it right back down. So you guys can see the box art. There you go. All right, so let's talk about what I don't like. So I actually own a bunch of swords. I'm a huge Bleach fan. So again, I'll show you guys real quick. If you can kind of see, I have some replica Bleach swords up here. You know, I have Ichigo's sword, Byakuya's sword, that's Grimjow's sword, and that is Rukia's sword. And I believe that's, what is his name? The little short midget dude. I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, I do have some of those swords. Those are, you know, full metal replica swords. Again, those are premium swords. And what this does is that let me get this gripe out of the way. So I want to talk about the negative, and then I'll talk about the positive. So the thing that I do not like about this sword is you're paying $80 for this thing, and there is no scabbard. You can't store the sword. You can't put in a scabbard. There's nothing. It's literally stand and sword. Where is the sheath? Like, come on, guys. Like, I complained about this, and now that it's here in my hands, I'm still upset about it. This is an $80 figure, and you could not give me a sheath. Like, how do you? And again, look at this image. Tanjiro, fantastic image of Tanjiro holding his sword. What is that? What is that? That's his sheath. He doesn't come with a sheath. $80 sword, no fucking sheath. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so now that's out of the way. The only other thing that I don't like is that I feel like, again, for a premium weapon, the sword itself does not have any weight to it. Look, I'm knocking shit over. Let me try to go this way. Yeah. It doesn't, it's even with batteries in it, and again, it does not come with batteries. It takes 2 AA batteries. Again, I feel like it should have more weight to it. It's very light, and I don't think it's very durable. Like, if you take this to a con and you lightly smack somebody with it, this thing would break. Like, I mean, it feels sturdy, but you can kind of shake it like this, and you can kind of see it's very, very wobbly. So you got to be very careful with it. And again, for an $80 sword, you would expect more quality out of this. This is completely plastic. Not even the sheath. Actually, this part is where all the electronics are, and I'll show you guys that soon. But again, I wanted to kind of just talk about some of the things that it does come with, some of the features. So there are 2 buttons on the side, and I'll show you guys towards the end how to take that off. But right now, this is in the second form, and then what you can do is you can either push this button. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that. So again, what happened was is if you don't use it for a while, it actually falls asleep. So you got to kind of push the button again to wake it up. So what you can do is you can push the button at the top and have like a little unsheathing sound, and then you can push the one at the bottom. Again, it has some nice lines. And I mean like full lines. So if you want to get to the breathing, which is the part everybody cares about, you got to kind of hold it. And you can hit the theme song. And I don't want to play it too long because I don't want to get you copyright striked. And you can actually push the buttons while the song plays, so that's cool. In order to get it to stop, you got to hold them both at the same time, and it'll stop. So then, in order for everyone, what everyone cares about is the water breathing. So you kind of got to hold it, and then Sorry about that. So you can just push it 10 times and it'll switch all the way to them. And then you can, and the sound comes from here. So again, and again, I'm not going to go through every single sound, but again, you can kind of see all the breathing is there. It's the sounds are there. It's a good sword. Again, for me, for what my display purposes, I would love to have had a sheath to put the sword in. That to me is for an $80 sword. It's just unacceptable that there's no sheath. The sounds are great, and again, I think that's where the bulk of the cost comes from them, licensing all the Demon Slayer stuff. They had to pass that cost back on to the fans, which is us. So we're the reason, because again, honestly, this is probably a $40, $50 sword. If it had the sheath, then I would understand why they charge what they charge. But for them to not have the sheath, this is just problematic to me. So I'm going to have to, if I had to score this out of a 10, I'd give this a 6. Again, for me, I have to show tough love, because for me, again, even though I do like the sounds, I love the breathing, just for them to not give me a sheath, for the sword to not be as durable as I would have liked, I can't give it any higher than that. But again, if you guys like it, by all means, go for it. But for me personally, this was something that they can definitely learn from. Again, it looks amazing. If you're just looking for a Demon Slayer sword, I'm pretty sure there are like 1,001 third-party customizers who make this sword, and you can get your hands on one. So what I want to do real quick before I head out of here is just give you a quick side-by-side of some of my other swords. Alright, so here is the Nichirin blade next to the Legacy Dragon Dagger, the Bandai one, not the most recent one from Hasbro. Again, this thing is a masterpiece. This has die-cast metal. Again, it has like the jade, the paint schemes, the chrome. This is an amazing replica of a Dragon Dagger. And again, I wish they put that kind of detail into this Proplica. And these are probably equally in price. I believe this one retailed at like $60, $70. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this also has the sound effects, the same things that this one has, except this is actually die cast. Even though the blade itself is plastic, the metals and the actual handle and hilt and everything are hard plastic. And again, you still get that premium feel. And I just wish that they would have done the same thing. So that's the one here. Another example here, we have my Legacy Red Ranger sword next to the Nichirin blade. And again, this one is way, way longer and bigger. That's what she said. So again, but just to give you a size and scale of how these two swords look next to each other. Again, premium die cast. Again, the blade itself is plastic, but it doesn't look that way. Still has sound effects. Again, but again, it's just the weight and girthier. It's just a superior to that. And then finally we have my bleach sword, Tenzin Zangetsu. You guys can see here. Just a difference. That's plastic. That's not plastic. Here's the actual sheath. And let me see if I can get this out. Let me take it out real quick. You guys have to forgive me. I'm trying to do this all with one hand. So, made in China. Lord have mercy. Alright, here we go. So here's a sword out of its sheath. This is my Ichiko's Bankai sword. Again, same black stain. But again, the weight distributed evenly, the guard, the hilt, it's just a premium figure. This is what you would want a sword to look like. And again, if I stabbed you with this pointy end, it would really hurt. So again, this is kind of what I was expecting from this sword. And again, it just didn't deliver for me. But again, let me know what you guys think. Comment in the section below. Thumbs up the video. This is Shut Up the King. Have a good one. Peace.